Cash Flow crew, what's going on? All right, so the whole family is going to be busy today. Right now, Alicia is at one of the classes that she has to do as a new agent. And even though she already has her license and she's doing deals, this is just one of the classes that she still has to go through as part of her training. But while she's doing that, me and Tiny Michael are gonna head out to Fraser. If you guys remember the last walkthrough video that I did where I said that I would have to probably negotiate down the price of a property due to the repairs, we actually did get that one worked out. So we're just gonna go and ride by the property real quick, and I'll walk you guys through the process of a reverse wholesale deal, step by step, just so you can see how we work this one out and get some cash for it. And also, the 4th of July was Tiny Michael's birthday, and what I wanted to do before that was take him to the zoo, but the day that we went, we got there too late, so we couldn't go in. The family, we're gonna meet up there later on after we're finished doing everything, just to spend time with him as a birthday gift. And you guys will get to come along and check out one of Memphis' landmarks, so let's get to it.
I took my new hire training course for realtors, and I was just met with a wealth of information from a lot of different people. We met with a owner broker, started out her business as an introvert, got into the business, got more comfortable. We met with a application manager to help fight blight. That was some good information. A loan officer that discussed the importance of financing, and finally the CEO herself to discuss information with listings, give us resources, how to keep yourself safe when you're going to a listing, a lot of good things of that nature. We also got some more courses coming up that I think I may be getting ready to take as well to help, with the current listing that I have, future listings, and then potential buyers in the future.
Alright guys, so the process of wholesaling real estate is really easy in concept, although it does take practice to actually do it. So there is some skill involved. But the basic process is you find a property just like the one that we were at that has some type of distress to it the majority of the times, and where the seller has a motivation to go ahead and sell it. Your job is to work out a price that the seller is comfortable with, but also where it is attractive to an end buyer who is also an investor. Once their price is worked out with the seller, you put that property under contract, and this contract is resold to your end buyer for a fee. Now, it can be resold in two different ways. The first, which is the most common one that I do, which is a contract assignment, where you have to have what's called an assignment clause in your A to B contract, or your first contract between you and the seller. And this gives you the right to sell that contract along with all the terms in it that you had agreed to your end buyer. Now, when sold with an assignment, you have a separate contract called an assignment contract that you fill out, and it includes your assignment fee, which may be whatever it is that you've worked out: $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000. The assignment contract is signed by your buyer, and both of these contracts go to the closing attorney, and once it's closed, you receive your assignment fee. The second way of profiting off of this is to do a double close. And with a double close, there are two closings that happen at the exact same time. So the property is sold from the seller to you as the wholesaler, and then is immediately sold from you to your end buyer, and you collect the spread on the deal. Now, other than the houses that I've closed on to rehab myself, most of the deals that I do are done through an assignment where I collect an assignment fee at the end of the transaction. Now, this is something that anybody can do, but it's all a matter of being consistent, taking time to learn the processes, doing things the right way, knowing how to negotiate, and of course knowing how to market and follow up with deals. So as I discussed in another video, this deal is the one that I really had to market for, but more so me just following up with a company that I had done a bunch of business with in the past. So an email was sent. They told me they had this one that they needed to move. They were already familiar with how I do things, familiar with the entire wholesale process, and they were more than happy to work with me to get this one done, because it had been one that they were sitting on for a couple of years. It just wasn't getting them the type of return that they needed. So I was able to help this seller by getting a house move that was giving them a headache, and also getting it over to a buyer who is familiar with the area and is able to profit in the neighborhood. Now, when you're talking about reverse wholesaling, I pretty much do that entire process starting with the end and then going to the beginning, with the end being my end buyer. Now, I'm already familiar with how this end buyer works. I know which areas they want. I know the prices that they have to be in certain neighborhoods. And for this one, they had already seen the house before, and they gave me the number that they had to buy it at. And in turn, this takes out a lot of the guesswork on where I need to negotiate the price to, because I already have the price that I have to be under. I just have to be able to work in my fee. So even though at first, although the seller was too high on where we needed to be to make the deal work, they were willing to negotiate and come down because they weren't aware of all of the repairs that needed to be done with the house. But I'm going to post a link in the description to a book that I do recommend just for learning how to negotiate real estate. It is a skill that you have to learn and continuously build on. Something I haven't perfected yet, but just knowing some of those small things that you can do to get a deal done, I mean, it helps out a lot. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get this one written up and sent off to escrow, and we should be closing this one out in about 10 days or so. We just got to the zoo. Alicia came straight from her real estate agent's class, so about to go in, have some family time, head back to the house. Hot out here.
Oh, well.
So if somebody were to come in as a new agent, what would they expect from the new agent class? What should they expect going in?
Well, again, you'll expect to be taught how to do your listings, make sure you do it, legally and ethically, how to keep yourself safe, how to market, how to network, what to do if it's a cash buyer or somebody that needs financing. You learn all that in new hire training. Just like you did last.
So you've been really like training with my sister at her office for a few weeks now. I mean, it's, I guess, handy to have somebody who's in the family that you can ask questions like that. But do you think that you pretty much already learned all this stuff dealing with her as a mentor as opposed to learning in the class, or was it pretty much the same material, anything new?
It's kind of the same material, just hearing a lot about what's going on and actually putting the use to work hands-on myself. So it's a lot of the same material.
All right, guys, we're going to end the video right there. It's just kind of hard trying to record and take care of Tiny Mike and the stroller, so we're going to enjoy the rest of our time. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. Everybody else, make sure you share and like, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.